put too much effort into this it's a little display for me not to show it off. Like, bro, what is that background? Literally, what is going on?
Hey, that's just we're just bringing some of our artwork, our culture direct to you through
This is
like,
Australian culture?
subliminal. Well, it's Steelers culture, which is an extension of
Okay. Okay.
Australian culture. We've got our own kind of culture. It's like we founded our own island in the Pacific, and we just built it from the ground up. We're building tents, we're building houses, we're building infrastructure, we're building new devices that haven't been seen by at least five people on the island. And this is just a progression that is continuously appearing in front of us in the form of visionary moments of clarity, which will basically lead to future um, discoveries in modern architecture, service buildings, um, and and trade
Natural
routes
wonders.
and
Wow, that was beautiful. What an intro. So, I guess I got to do like a formal intro though. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Dealers of God interview. I'll let the Dealers of God introduce themselves. We'll start with Little Meatus. Introduce yourself.
hello. I'm Lil Ma I'm Lil Meatus. If you might know me under a different name. I go by many Young Juice, MC Streptococcus, the backwards bandit, the the South the South the South and the South. And you might not know this about me, but I'm really about it. And yeah, thank you for having us, Luke. You're a G, and any Dealers Gang members we heavily respect.
All right, moving on to DJ Cheesewater. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm DJ Cheesewater, and I'm basically what happens when you turn milk into cheese, but there's a lot of extra liquid left after, and so that's what I'm trying to bring to the table here.
Beautiful. And then Fuel God, if you'd like to introduce yourself.
I'm Fuel God, the Tool God. 3081 boys forever. Deals of God. Welcome to our world.
Straight up. All right. I'll start this interview by, I guess, trying to describe your music because I feel like when I listen to Dealers of God, I really don't know what's going on. You guys have a very unique style of music. How would you guys categorize your own music?
Ambient crunk.
Ambient
Ambient
crunk?
crunk.
That's it. It's a new style that we invented, and it's about us. And other people can also get on that wave. But I think that uh they won't have the tools for a couple of years, but you'll see it popping up. Uh, but yeah, we are ambient crunk. Uh, we take a lot of inspiration, but really it's a whole new wave. It's a whole new, like we're doing it so differently that we had to create a different, like, holding receptacle to categorize
It's
all
not even a
of our
genre. It's
music.
like it's a whole new art form. It's not even a genre.
It's a whole culture. Like, you can see it when you come to the shows, like everybody's, it's like, because like ambient crunk, the name, it comes from like, you know it's like,
It's
because
kind of an
crunk,
oxymoron, you know?
it's, well, you would think that, some people might think that, but it's not, because it's like, when when you roll up to the party and like you want to get absolutely, like, just cooked as, and like, but you know but you've got the beats that are like slow, and just like ambient, and it's like this wash, it's like this psychedelic, like brainwave, and it makes you feel like you're inebriated, that depressant type vibe. But so you're getting crunk to our music, to that ambience. It's for the party, it's for the after party, and for the after party after the after party. It's the full
And the under
timeline.
party, bro.
The under party, yeah, that's right. You
All
got
right.
it. But yeah.
So you guys have three members here right now. How many members in total are in Dealers of God? And if you would like to introduce the members that aren't here, that would be nice as well.
Well,
Oh, look.
Yeah, what are we
you
at?
know,
$23?
it's a collective, it's a gang. You know, it changes as people, you know, get chopped into the crew.
I see.
It's about the streets. So, you know, if it shit, things happen in the streets. So unfortunately, you know, we've got a rotating crew of members. Some of them haven't made it. Um, yeah, rest in peace to those not with us. But yeah, you know, we've still got a few other members. Young
Yeah.
Soybean
Shout
couldn't
out
be
Young
here.
Soybean. Shout out Mixed Master Frog Cobbler. Shout out Jason 12 Inches. Shout out Ricky.com. Shout out Cards the Counter.
Cards the
Shout out
counter.
$62. Shout out DJ Bloodhammer. Shout out Teos, who rest in peace. Shout out Dick Doctor. Shout out every, shout out Gus, Gustafa. Shout Vinny and all the crew.
Diesel. Mr. HD.
Oh, shout out Mr. HD, recent member.
Dang. So you guys have a whole army, basically. That's all I'm hearing.
Yeah, well, we got basically because like the way we make our music is like, you know, it will get just the whole crew down, and like a lot of the is just a couple of us, but for a lot of it, we'll just get the whole crew down, and
Yeah.
we'll throw these massive, we call them the crunk sessions, and we'll go into the studio and basically just get everybody hammered, just absolutely cooked off their nuts. And we'll just go hard, and it's just whatever happens, and we don't talk about it after. We don't even talk about it before or during. It's just
Yeah,
like
it
that
just
moment,
happens. Just an
that
experience.
instantaneous moment. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the concept was, you know, well, most of the members are based in Melbourne. All of the content is about our experiences in Melbourne. And um, for those listening who aren't aware, you know, during the pandemic, Melbourne was the most locked down city in the world. We had the strictest lockdown restrictions of anywhere. Of course, that's no obstacle for us. We don't give a heck about that stuff. I'm sorry, I'm mindful of the swearing thing. It is
It's
I
just
haven't
like our
been.
fine.
natural mode of speech.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, during those lockdowns, we sort of birthed this concept. You know, we were all fairly isolated. We wanted to work, and this project, which, you know, started off in a place of pure self-indulgence, has grown beyond any of our expectations. And yeah, we've tried to keep it true to that original concept ever since, and have these long form sessions. Even the practices for the 3 gigs we played were sort of in that format where we just be getting absolutely trashed. But yeah.
So you
Yeah.
guys have done 3 concerts so far?
Yeah, 3. Trishula Gathering, the Red Hill Hotel, and then Club Cryptic, 2 Cryptic.
So all in Melbourne?
All in Victoria.
Oh, Victoria.
The Trishula Gathering was like it's what we call like a bush doof, like a rave that you'd throw in, you know, regional Victoria. Big campsite, kind of like a sort of like a Burning Man style festival, if that
Oh, I
makes any
see.
sense. But just
Yeah.
a lot of psytrance and a lot of dreadlocks. But yeah, that was that was interesting. That was mental. Like seeing the concept play out for the first time with that crowd was just beyond anything we could have expected. Like, oh my god, we had people on stage, instances. We had people putting themselves at extreme personal risk in the mosh. Yeah,
It's
That's
it
crazy.
was nuts.
All right, what I was gonna say is, do you guys think you'll ever do concerts outside of Australia?
already in the works, baby.
It's already in the works. Dang.
We're
Yeah,
going to
I mean,
Brazil.
yeah,
Sounds fire.
Yeah, we've got plans. We've been starting to, so we're gonna start in Argentina, and work our way down. So we're gonna do just a couple shows there, because we got a lot of fans through there, like especially Argentina. So we wanna throw a couple parties there,
I see.
and then get back to it. We'll see. We want to go back up to Sweden, play some shows up there, but yeah, basically it's just down to budget and people willing to take the liability to book us.
Yeah. All right. So I feel like being Australian, the idea of being an Australian is a big like theme in your guys' music, at least when I listen to it. I'm not very familiar with Australian music at all. Like not even just the hip hop scene. I just don't know much about Australian music, let alone rap. Who do you guys think is like the GOAT Australian rapper, not including your guys' selves?
Oh, I'll let you go first, Feel God.
Yeah, big question out the gate. I mean, Aussie rap, it's it's something specific. Like it's, I mean, I think all regional rap scenes, they take on the characteristics of, whatever region they're from. And in Australian rap, you get um a lot of sort of nostalgic production. A lot of the old heads in the scene, they really value um that like late 90s style, or they just,
Yeah.
or Griselda, whatever, just anything that's kind of bleak, horrific sounding. That's sort of what the underground, at least the Australian rap underground, gravitates to at the moment. I'd say the greatest of all time for me personally would be probably Alex Jones. Unfortunately, he hasn't released a lot of music in the last 7 years or so. There's a lot of, yeah, from what I understand, there's a lot going on in his life that's making it difficult for him to do that. But I'd also like to shout out OT. I definitely
OT.
recommend OT, his album Ridgy Killers, RIDGY Killers. That's what I'm bumping right now from the local scene. And he's from
All
Melbourne.
right.
He's
All
currently
right.
locked at the moment. But yeah,
Oh, dang.
the
I'll have
music's
to
out
listen
there.
to some. I'll have to listen to those guys because, like I said, I'm a complete noob when it comes to these kind of Australian rappers. Oh, Lil
Ah,
Meatus.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
I just wanted to really quickly shout out Two Birds right there. They're uh they're pushing the new wave of Aussie rap,
Of
All
course.
right.
and buying the Bushranger as well. But Two Birds is sick, and real name. Shout out.
Yeah. Gang.
This is kind this is kind of a similar question. Uh, what artists do you guys feel like are the most influential to your sound? Because you were talking about inspirations earlier to the ambient crunk wave, but what artists do you think helped kind of form the ambient crunkness?
A lot of post rock and a lot of like
Post rock? That's sick.
yeah, a lot of kind
Like,
of Japanese um bands like Boris and Boredoms. Um yeah. I'll let someone else continue.
Uh, I reckon like there's this band called God, really like Aussie punk, like classic, and they really like, I don't know. I think me personally, I bring a lot of that kind of inspo to the table. Um, Big fans of we just there's so much. I mean, I'm just trying to even start to think, I mean,
yeah.
shout out Feel Good, you take over, and then I'll think real quick.
You gotta think a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, I'd say there's like a lot of noise music as well, that we draw inspiration from, but a lot of early cloud rap as well.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the artists that we're compared to. I mean, I've seen some comparisons to Cloud Dead, and they're sick, and a few of the members have been fans for a long time, but
Yeah.
uh, just like I guess like taking something like the production of someone like Clams Casino, or um
Chief Keef.
in the past I would have said Viper, but
Oh yeah.
that's right.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the
unfortunate.
thing.
That was a crazy
Yeah, so
scenario.
it was.
Yeah.
Well, we sample him in one of our early tracks, and
We sample him
yeah,
in a bunch.
it's we used to think. Sorry that I keep swearing, but we used to
Yeah,
think
no
that
worries.
he was kind of like a morbidly fascinating character, but
He was a bit
it's
too
kind of
morbid.
spiraled out of control. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. The show that I run for the university is like it's like a cloud rap mixed with dream pop type show. So like that's why I want to interview you guys because you guys kind of fit in that like cloud rap, you know, niche. And I really
Relatable.
hear that influence. I
Mm,
get the Cloud Dead comparisons, but I think that's just because you guys are both kind of like amateur, if that makes sense. I feel like that's really the only reason. And you guys are, I feel like you're really ahead of your time. And I think Cloud Dad was as well.
thanks.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's I think also because we're Aussie, and the average
Oh,
American accent sounds very abrasive.
I didn't
That
even
might, I know
realize they
that.
were Australian.
True.
Damn.
Yeah, for Cloud Dead. I've only listened to their album like once or twice. I didn't know they were Australian. I knew they had weird voices, but like not
Oh no,
Australian
no!
voices.
I was just making the point that because their
Oh, I
voices are
see.
so abrasive, I think that's the
I
reason we
see.
get
I see. I
compared to
see.
them.
I see.
Is like our accent is comparable to the main bloke in Cloud Dead.
Yeah, okay, that makes a bit more sense. Alrighty. So, I guess kind of bouncing off the influences. If you guys could collab with one artist, add one extra member to the Dealers of God, what artist would you add?
Oh,
Off.
Far out.
let's
For
each say
me,
one.
for me, it would have to be this guy, Vincent Remember. Shout out Vincent Remember. Like, would love to collab with Vincent Remember. Or or like Chief Keef, obviously.
Chief Keef, that would be fire. Sosa. What about you, DJ Cheesewater? Who would you add?
Well, if Massive Attack were to ever come back to life and uh start making music again, I think the idea of a Massive Attack mezzanine style trip hoppy, deep, evil sounding collaboration would be an incredible thing to be able to do.
Yeah, that would be sick. I could see that working out. Then Fuel God, do you have a dream person?
Dream collaborator. I mean, I feel like for me it would be like a legend, like I don't know, like an Iggy Pop or something, one of those
Oh yeah.
sort of old rock icons. You know, bring him in for one of
Yeah.
the sessions, get him on the
Yeah, just
gear,
bring him
see
back
what
to life.
happens. Yeah, just make him relapse. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, yeah. I'd love to work with Brian Eno again. That was a
Yeah,
really
Yeah,
that
of
was a
course.
once in a lifetime like opportunity. I
Wait,
mean,
Byron E Byron Eno? That's what it's credited as, right? Is that actually Brian
nah, it's
Eno or am
Brian
I just
Eno.
for real?
yeah,
For
he
real?
didn't want us to like associate him with the
Well,
oh, I'm kind of outing that now. But yeah, he was there. He was very involved in some of those songs.
the
Damn.
thing
I
was
thought that was
that
just like a troll.
nah, he so we because the problem was obviously because we kind of met him through basically through a mutual friend of ours who put us on, but
Hmm.
because he had a bunch of but because he's locked in with a label, like he can't just drop
Yeah.
collabs whenever he wants, especially not with couple of amateurs like us who've just dropped our second release, and don't have a massive following. So, um that was, basically just like a once in a lifetime. Like he kind of, sent us some stuff to work with, and we put it on.
Yeah, that's actually so sick. I did not know that. I thought Byron Eno was just a complete troll, just like a made up rapper.
No,
But
no,
that's fire.
we don't mess around.
All right. Speaking of messing around, I guess. Do you guys believe in aliens? You guys have a lot of alien imagery. Do you believe in them?
So you've got me. You're about to get me started. You're
Uh-oh. Did
about
I
to get
just
me
unleash
damn
the beast?
started. I don't know. Basically, will need to cut me off. So please just jump in and cut me off whenever you're ready. So
All right.
here's the thing, right? I truly do 100% believe in aliens. Personally, I believe that however, aliens in the sense that we know them as culturally, is, I don't believe in that sense. You know, I think that the more likely place for aliens to come from are extra dimensions, are, different, essentially different planes or different, basically foldable planes of existence, because really we simply connect the dots culturally when we see phenomena that we don't understand, and we see, little green men or whatever. But, I do believe that there is life in the solar system, but I believe that we need to start looking at the extra dimensional stuff before we even look out further. Um, you know, I mean,
So it's like it's not like your stereotypical alien coming from outer space. It's an alien just from a completely different world that doesn't like we can't even understand it. It's like
exactly,
a 2D person trying to understand a 3D person. That's the type
mate,
of
you got
alien
Mm.
it
you're talking about.
spot on. You got
Yeah,
it
it's like
All
spot
right.
on.
opening a can of like worms essentially, or like viewing them, and they will never be able to know that you're observing them without,
Yeah,
they have no eyes, and we lack the third eye.
Hmm.
I see.
I will
Yeah.
Yeah,
also
yeah.
say this. I will also say this. You know, Australia kind of a hot spot for UFO sightings.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
I think. Look, I'm not sure what you think about this, mate, but uh, yeah, I've had many friends, yeah,
Witness aliens?
discuss witness aliens and discuss their sightings with them. Numerous people. I think
That's crazy.
um, if it is a if it is a thing, if they do exist, I'm not as convinced as Meatus. I think that the world's nuts enough as it is without aliens, but um, I'm open to it, and I know that many people that have claimed to have seen them. That could be something to it for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
we
I
don't
feel like
even.
if aliens were gonna come to the world, they would probably go to Australia because you guys just have like the worst luck when it comes to like weird creatures and just like stuff like that.
We had a mass
I
sighting in 1966 in
I
Westall, the suburb of Melbourne.
I feel like I've seen
You
like a
should look that
YouTube
up.
video about that or something. Like I
Yeah,
vaguely remember hearing about that. That's crazy. So
yeah. It's
that
not
that
far
explain
from.
that explains the like alien like imagery that I see all the time. Like your
yeah.
profile picture on Spotify. That picture got me cackling every time I see it. All right.
Yeah.
Do you guys like the Melbourne Demons?
We.
The
I don't think any
Australian
of us
rules football
even
team?
No comment.
know anything about sport.
All right,
Uh,
so you don't care about them?
I mean, as AFL teams go, they're cool. They're cool for sure.
Underdogs.
Yeah, I used to work at one of the stadiums that hosts like the Aussie rules football games, and
Oh, that's sick.
used to be I used to be kind of into it. But yeah, Melbourne Demons are all right. They don't do very well. They don't win very often, but they're respectable, I think, for that reason.
Yeah, like only OGs, like the realest fans are gonna be
Exactly.
fans, not bandwagons. All right, so
All of their
I'm just
fans are like 20, at least in it for like 20 years, I guess.
Yeah.
so you guys you've dropped two albums so far and like a deluxe edition. and they've all dropped on January 1st. Is that when your next album's gonna drop, or are you gonna drop something before then?
Well, touch wood.
Or is that
Might
too spoiler?
might have a might have a little something before January 1st. Basically
Oh,
depends
let's
how
go.
how much we can just like get our stuff together and
Yeah. If we
and
manage to
grind.
do it, it will have like the longest piece of music that we've ever released.
Like how
So,
long? Just like ballpark.
um, it depends how much we trim it down. It's currently at over 40 minutes.
Well,
For like
that's
one
So,
just one
song?
song.
That's
yeah.
crazy. I that's gonna be insane. All right, let's see. Let's see what other questions that I've conjured up. Um, could you guys, one of you, explain legalized crime? I see that quite a bit when I go through your page, the legalized crime idea. Could you just like explain that in like a couple sentences or less?
Well, I mean, me personally, I mean, number one, it just sounds hard. Legalized
Yeah,
crime globally. But like,
yeah,
that's the thing,
that does
right?
sound hard.
Crime is manufactured. It's crime, who decides what is a criminal action, And we shouldn't really be living. I mean, I'm an abolitionist personally, and I don't believe that and this is real, like I don't believe that, I don't believe in prisons. I don't believe in a carceral justice system, So like, you know, we need to
Yeah,
essentially just like tear all that down because like who's deciding what's ethical and what's unethical? It's, you know, these trying not to use a swear word right now. These people up, these creatures up in these, up in their gold towers deciding what's best for them. And that's not always the best of society. What we need is like social change. What we need is like, we need community. We need community building. And that's, so like, legalize
yeah.
crime.
I get
Yeah.
the vision.
I
I
think,
think I get it.
the group is about havoc. It's about anarchy, and part of that is resisting what we regard as tyrannical systems of oppression. Um, so yeah, that's it.
I guess another introductory kind of question. I know this is like towards the end of the interview. Now I'm just asking this, but like, could you guys each explain like your role when it comes to making music? Like, which one of you guys are like rapping, which one of you guys are producing, which one of you guys are doing both, that kind of stuff.
Pretty much all doing both.
Really?
For sure. I mean, yeah. I mean, we all make
Yeah, we'll
we
do
all make
everything.
beats. We all produce our own tracks, and we're all multi-instrumentalists in different
That's sick.
capacities. A lot of the time, I would say though, myself and John City, we do a lot of like just hip hop beat making aside from this project, and often those ideas get sent to Meatus or Cheesewater and distilled into something truly unhinged for dealers. But um, I guess some of our specific contributions is they generally get me doing some sort of monologue at the start of the album or at some point during the album. But
Yeah.
otherwise, yeah, just I play a bit of bass, bit of keys. We all uh, Meatus and I
Float.
use Ableton. Yeah.
Ableton? All right. Who produced Back Through the East?
John
So that
City
was,
and me and Jo- John
Oh,
City
no, I
was the
didn't really do a
creator.
whole lot.
and I think the loop is something I
Yeah,
sent you, right?
the
With the,
loop's yours.
yeah,
Yeah, the origin is
yeah,
is a well,
Oh yeah, you're right.
true,
yeah.
That's
It was
such
true.
an
just like
insane beat.
some. Thank you.
Like every
Yeah,
time I hear it,
basically.
like it's like one of those beats where you're like, is this going forward or backward? You like then you reverse it and you're like, you still don't know. It's just such a like disorienting sounding beat, and I really mess with it. And I just love the the vocals on that song too. It's so funny. The north,
Uh,
west, south.
shout out John City.
John
Yeah,
We're
City.
here.
that that's a great track. What I love about your guys' music is like it's really anarchy is really a good way to put it. Like you really don't know because I feel like songs like Fields Are Burning and Tingo are like genuinely like kind of beautiful songs, and that's like funny coming
Yeah.
from your guys' aesthetic. You guys are very like carefree. You're very silly. You guys are silly. I think you guys would admit that. And then you hear like Tingo, you're like this song is low key beautiful. So like that
We
like
care a
kind
lot
of
about beauty.
yeah, that
Yeah.
like distinction of going back and forth between like just like kind of just like the stupidest crap you've ever heard in your life, and then just a song that just genuinely sounds amazing, and then back to the stupidest crap you've ever heard, back to just like you're always dancing like on both sides of the spectrum. You never know what to expect. It keeps you on your toes, and I think that was my favorite part about listening to Dealer's Choice when I first heard it.
It's yeah, I
That's
mean we
it.
try
That's
to
it.
we have a
So
lot to say about this.
like, how did you guys market Dealer's Choice? Because I feel like that's the album that like really kind of took off for you guys. It's not like you guys are like the biggest artists in the world, but like that's where I learned about you guys. Like, did you guys do anything in particular, or was it just kind of like lightning in a bottle? You just bunch of people randomly found you.
Well, I
And
mean,
I
for the releases, like the physical releases, like the the album cover was supposed to convey something specific. We were going for the aesthetic of like a bootleg film that you might find in a market in Thailand or something. And
Yeah.
we sold the physicals as DVDs, like these kind of dodgy
Are those
DVD
are those still for
sleeves.
sale?
whoa, they're trapped in the
I think we sold out,
warehouse.
unfortunately.
Oh, I saw
Oh, they're
that. I saw
trapped
that
in
on
the
your story.
warehouse.
But
Dang.
we
Yeah,
so
that's an
nah, but
interesting.
we sold like so basically like yeah, they're all sold out. We sold like all the copies down here, all like 60 of them. So they're all gone, and
Dang.
then the rest they're up in the warehouse.
That's messed up. You guys like you had like a distributor for that, right? I remember like seeing some like random account
Yeah.
that like posted it.
Shout out Sticky, dismiss yourself. Nah, that's not random. Dismiss yourself is how we
Yeah,
came up.
they're fire. They're
Dismiss
fire.
yourself's the real stuff. That's the real,
Yeah,
and that's I was about to say that's kind of like honestly the reason that it blew up was kind of because Sticky believed in
Mm.
us and was it Sticky was a massive fan. They were a massive fan of the Visions of Fuel, the OG,
that's
and dropped
sick.
it on Dismiss Yourself, and then you know reached out to us to get
Okay, I
us work
see.
when we were working on the next album and did a bunch of really pushed that out there and got us doing you know the shirts and the merch and stuff, and that's probably like the genesis.
Yeah. Dismiss yourself. What's like the another big artist on there? Don't they have like Yabujin or something?
Yeah, Yabajin and
I think they
like
do.
Space Ghost Perp.
A Space Ghost Perp? I didn't even know that. That's
Yeah,
another
and
dude who's kind of insane. Like Viper stuff, kind of just off the grid insane.
man,
I think SGP is still like he'll go online and just berate everyone
I
in
know,
the
it's just
underground rap scene, but like
it's so
you know
funny.
he hasn't messed up as bad as Viper, and
True.
it's beautiful whenever he puts a camera in front of his head. That's as artful as any SGP album, in my opinion. I just want to hear him uh, talk about how I don't know how shit Bones is or something.
Yeah, it's just insane. Like he had so many like connections back in the day, ASAP Rocky, Lil Uzi Vert, and it just seems like he just made a goal to burn every single bridge possible, which like honestly, that's kind of respectable. Like knowing like how messed
real.
up the music industry can get. Like maybe it's just kind of like a high IQ, just like trying to avoid everyone in just the most aggressive way possible. I kind of mess with it, but
Well, kind of
Blackland
like
Radio, so fire. What are you saying?
I was just gonna say, like, I'm still kind of convinced that he might be a genius. Like I'm not. I feel like if it was all a ploy, if he like dropped a vid today and was like, "Guess what? I'm not even mentally ill. I'm just been playing you." I
He's
would
he's like
not be shocked.
he's like Kanye, but like 10 times more, just like unpredictable. But it's like
For real.
he's almost so unpredictable to the point where he's almost predictable. He's like almost doubling back. It's kind of insane. But yeah, I don't know if I have many other questions for you guys. Let me think. Oh, I guess I have this question. This is a classic question that I've asked many artists. It's one that it's really thought-provoking. It really pushes like your brain to a different level. So let's go. If you had the option when you're in a tough spot in the last album, but you don't know if there's still a moment in the last 2 months, which do you do?
Say that again.
Yeah, I got you. If you had the option when you're in a tough spot in the last album, but you don't know if there's still a moment in the last 2 months, which do you do?
All of them.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
trying to understand.
I can say it one more time. If you had the option when you're in a tough
Sorry.
spot in the last album, but you don't know if there's still a moment in the last 2 months, which do you do?
Bro,
Um,
you're speaking a new type
You
of
keep
language.
no. It's
I
just you
think it
keep
might just be my
dropping out.
accent or something. It might just be my American
No, no.
accent. You might not
It's
hear it.
just it keeps glitching out whenever there's like it's like in the
No,
second sentence. I think.
I'm just messing with you guys. That question, like, it's like supposed to induce strokes. Um,
Bro,
it
I
does
knew
it
it. I
doesn't.
knew it. That's
you
why
may have
I
just
knew
done
it.
that.
I knew it.
You beat
Bro, you
us at our own
clowned
game.
us. You clowned us, bro.
I'm sorry, boys, but yeah, thank you for joining me on this night. I know it's not night for you guys, but it's like 11 o'clock for me. Uh,
Damn.
it
You
was
know
a
what? If we
beautiful
want to
interview.
wait, if we want to wait another half hour, we can get like John City on this. Get John City on this. You know, we'll just hang out, we'll just vibe, crack open a beer, and then
Yeah,
John
we
City will
good.
rock up. You know what? I'll give you shoot me a mobile number. I'll shoot it over to John City, and then you can call him.
John City. Is he like the glue guy? He just brings everything together. Like, do I have to
He
interview him?
is.
Like,
I mean, they don't call nah, they don't call him. They don't call him young glue for nothing. You got it right on.
oh,
You've done your research.
see,
Um,
I didn't even do any research. That was just like pure luck. But like, maybe that's just the universe telling me that like I'm connected to the dealers of God in a different type of way.
Yeah,
different type of way. Well, that's all right. Not every
maybe
day
you
can
can
be.
become a dealer one day.
Maybe. Who knows? The Boise dealer of God. I'm the link. I'm the link to Idaho.
Nah, all our
Yeah,
fans, everyone who's put us on are all an extension of the family. We are
So
all dealers gang.
Brian Eno is a dealer of God.
He's
Absolutely.
OG. Yeah,
Does that
he's
he wouldn't
dealers
tell you
gang
that, but
day
he is.
one.
does that mean
Yeah.
like David Bowie is also kind of like a dealer of God since he worked with Brian Eno? Or
No.
like David Byrne? No? Dang.
If we look at the next session, if we go hard enough, we'll try to like contact his spirit or something. We'll ask him.
I want a David Bowie feature on the next album where I might not listen to it honestly. And maybe a David Byrne feature of Talking
W-
Heads. You guys
We
We're
you guys
love
getting
think you
David
can make
Dave.
Byrne.
that
We're
happen?
getting David Byrne on. Yeah,
Into
David
Burn
Byrne is
City.
already. Yeah, exactly. Burn City.
Burn City, that's fire.
David Byrne.
That would be sick.
David Byrne.
Well, when you guys
David
blow up
Byrne.
in 2026 and you go on a world tour and you go to the knitting factory in Boise, Idaho, you guys gotta let me backstage, all right?
It's happening. It's
Absolutely.
already plans in the works.
Done. Yeah.
Yeah. If someone wants to get us on a boat or some sort of vehicle anywhere, we'll play.
I mean, I feel like you guys gotta travel by UFO.
Surely.
Dang, bro. The
Travel by
Bitmojis,
Death Star.
are the most insane thing I've ever seen. I was really not expecting that. I'm so glad you guys pulled up in the Bitmoji fits because like I was scared that you guys were just gonna like all join on one like Zoom account, all on like one couch and just like talk over each other the entire time and it would just be like I didn't know how I'd like facilitate that, but then you guys came all organized with like these beautiful backgrounds, these beautiful little profile pictures. I mess with it, honestly.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Appreciate
I
you.
mean, I feel like we talked over each other anyway, but yeah, I hope you
Yeah,
have
that's
some good
just
You
shit.
can thank me.
bro, that's just Zoom though. Like Zoom interviews are tough. That's that's what sucks about you guys being from Australia. So I can't get you for an in-person live interview because that could have happened if you guys were from where I'm from. I gotta find like a local artist to do that someday.
Hey, I got
Yeah,
family
man.
your age. Like if I'm out if I'm in the US before it burns to a cinder, yeah, you'll see me for sure.
Well, you got
Oh,
till January 3rd, 2025 before it burns to a cinder. I got a vision
That's
last
still a
night.
good that's a good little buffer, I reckon.
All right. Well, I'm probably gonna head out. It was an honor interviewing you guys. You'll be on the radio next week. I'll
Hell
probably
yeah.
have to do a bit of editing due to little Meatus, his little potty mouth. But
yeah.
Boy, I just
But
can't help
but
it. I didn't even
I would
realize I was swearing half the
Mate, this is
time.
just too real. Mate, this is just too real. It is what it is.
I wouldn't have it
oh,
any other way, honestly. I don't want to filter you guys, but it's just like the nature of what I'm doing,
This
unfortunately.
is this
as
is
long as
you
you
know.
include like the little meter speech at the start about architecture and everything, that
Dude,
entire monologue,
that
like right at the start,
that's
include that.
exactly
That
what
was
I was
good.
thinking. That's exactly what I was
Yeah.
thinking. It was just like open, just cold open, just with Lil Meatus going on a big yap sesh about I don't even know what he was talking about. It
Hey,
kind of
all you
reminded
gotta
me of the
know
last
is
quiet.
I got a brother, and that brother only speaks lies. So you know what that means, you know?
He only speaks what? Lies?
Lies. So you know what that means, you know?
So that means you only spit facts.
Exactly. Exactly.
But do you have a
You
sister?
got it. Yeah.
Is that just like a coin flip?
She only
Like
speaks lies as
50-50?
well.
Oh, damn.
I got a whole damn family. You don't even know. You don't even know my family.
I mean,
Bro, you
yeah,
come
I
into my
know.
house, you come into my house, you try and you try and talk to my family members, bro. You're gonna have a hard, tough time, you know. It's gonna be a whole new world for you, my
Wait,
dude.
wait, wait. Hear me out though. If you only speak lies, like at this, that kind of means you're only spitting the truth, because then you just like you realize that they're only spitting lies, so you just take the inverse of what they're saying, and now they're just spitting truths. You just have to do a little more mental processing. Does that make sense?
Bro, I don't know what type of substances that you used before this interview, but I'm not on your level.
Like think about it. So like if you say let's say we're looking at a piece of paper and it's white, and your sister, she just says that's black. And like you keep going down all these questions and she just says the opposite of what it is. At a certain point, you'll just be like, oh, she's just oh, he left, bruh.